All right, how we doing tonight? We've got two breaks on tap. One is a full case of honors football. You know I love that one. And our second one is a half case of Prism Basketball Fast Break Edition. So I've opened, I thought, just about every type of fast break or every type of Prism that's out there at some point or another. But this will be my first time opening fast break. So we'll see. We'll find out what that's all about tonight. But before we get started ripping into things, we do have a little bit of break information to go over. So we're going to get rolling with that first up. Feedback, 100% automated. And really, I just do that so that you don't ever have to wait on me. So what that means to you is simple. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get the same in return. And of course, the more important message there is to say thank you. I very much appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me, and those of you who stop by and chat and hang out with me, keep me up to date on scores and all kinds of other interesting stuff. So thanks for being here, spending part of your Thursday evening with me. We are taking a look now at breaks that are coming up. This stuff is already listed on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the next few days. So tomorrow night, we're starting early, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And we're going to open, we're definitely opening Flawless. That's a new release tomorrow. So we're going to open a half case of Flawless football, a half case of Bowman baseball, which will be the back half of a case we started last night. And then we'll also open another 3-box inner case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. Saturday night is an off night, no breaks on Saturday night. Sunday night will again start 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Open a 15-box case of Leaf Metal Draft football and a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Monday, once again, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Half case of Flawless and a full 12-box case of Diamond Kings baseball. On Tuesday, Flawless makes another appearance, and Bowman baseball comes into play again as well. So lots of baseball we're going to be doing. Our 2018 football is wrapping up with Flawless, but I do have more of that. We do have some more honors. We have some odds and ends 2018 football we'll be finishing up with. And then, of course, the 2019 football is kicking off all around us. We are taking a look now at a lot of information on this page, but here's what you really need to know. Paid shipping breaks tonight are honors and fast break. We didn't have any free shipping breaks tonight. And I'm anticipating that they will be out the door to you no later than Tuesday. Now, you guys know I often get it out sooner than the projected date, and that is a little later than I would typically be projecting it to go out. But I do have a few things going on. There are a couple breaks ahead of you, so I want to make sure that I'm being accurate. So we're going to say no later than Tuesday and hopefully sooner. Consolation cards. We don't have to worry about those in Prism because every team's going to pull cards. But in Honors Football, if your team does not pull anything, not a base card, not one single thing, you are still entitled to consolation cards. They can be from any year and any series, and I will send them out with the rest of the break. So if you get skunked, you are still going to get a package in the mail. Maybe you'll have better luck with the consolation. You never know. Some people do. So first up tonight is our 10-box case of Honors Football. It's a full case break. This is break number 2. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Thursday night, the 18th of April. Team names are on the left-hand side. Winning bidders, user ID is across from each team. And, of course, we'll put up a new spreadsheet after we finish up honors here before we start fast break. So if you're here for basketball, you probably got, maybe 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, give or take 5 minutes is kind of where I would land on that if you're waiting on the fast break Prism. Last but not least, background, going out of focus a little bit. That is intentional. Please don't worry. We're going to be able to see everything up nice and close that way. All right, so first up, off the bat tonight is a little Honors Football. Oh, well, why do I miss that seam about like half the time? Cut through the top of the boxes. Not super helpful. It's not the most efficient way to do things anyway. So if you haven't done a break of honors or seen a break of honors yet, man, it's pretty awesome. Of course, I always have liked honors. We only had it one other time, which was in 2016. In fact, you see some 2016 honors that I had sitting there in the background, because we do still open that some in 1 or 2 box breaks or mixers or things like that. And they made honors even better this year, if you can imagine. So let me get a couple of little sleeves out here on the table, and then we will get cranking on some honors. So the structure of this, of course, we've got a couple of encased cards here. We've also got ourselves a few a few base cards in here. Although one of our encased cards is a buyback. What I was trying to say a second ago was base cards. So lots of fun packed in. Not a lot of cards, but a lot of fun and good hits in here. All right, I'm just going to get the plastic off of everything first, and then that way, once we get started opening boxes, we can really truck on through it. Hi, Kirk. How are you tonight? And Craven Sports Cards is here too. Hi, Craven. Who do you have tonight? Kirk and Craven. I know, you think, why don't you remember that? You just had the spreadsheet up, you invoiced us and everything else. I know, but I have so much going on. My poor brain just doesn't retain all that information on any given night. All right, let's take a look out of box number 1. So our buyback is out of black gold. It is hand numbered to 4 down there. That's a little Jared Goff rookie action. I'm kind of digging that for the Rams. Nice patch or signature there, of course, in gold. And, well, you know, you can see the typical black gold. There's some wear on the edges and the corners and whatnot, but it is encased, so it's not gonna get any more dinged up than it was out of the package. Next up is Michael Gallup for the boys. And it is numbered to 35. So there are cards in here for score, and there are cards in here for classics, and they are chrome versions, or as Panini likes to call them, Optichrome versions. So we don't have any, even our base cards, they have that chrome type coating on them. So just, I'm not going to call that out every time, but just be aware that that's what they are. Well, Kirk, I'm glad all your snow is gone, because that was crazy to be having it this time of year anyway. So I'm super glad that that is gone. And Tom and Mickey are both here. Tom has the Eagles, and Burr's card says this is your first break of honors. Well, I hate to tell you, but you're probably going to fall in love. It's an awesome product. Our base card here is numbered to 99, 49ers and Nick Mullins. And then we have ourselves an Eli Manning for the Giants, numbered to 75. So there goes box number 1. Kirk, you have the Redskins, and your son has the Vikings. Okay. And, oh, Craven, you're here for Prism. All right. Well, we're going to have Prism coming your way shortly here. A little Prism fast break basketball coming up after we do honors. Shannon, you're asking, is this the one you're in? Well, I hope so. I actually had the spreadsheet up there a minute ago, Shannon. I will certainly put it up again at the end of the break, but I don't navigate away from the live view once cards and things are out on the table and plastics off and all that. But I can certainly put it up for you again at the end of the break. This is numbered to 25. It's Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, followed by a little Jalen Samuels, numbered to 50 for the Steelers. Hi, Brad Green. How are you? Roquan Smith comes out on the Classics variation there for the Bears. That is numbered to, what's that say? 75. I had to look at that twice. Thought it said 35 the first time. It said 75. Jalen Ramsey, and hand numbered to 4 down there. And of course that is in his collegiate uniform, but he's going to go to his current team And what, Jalen Ramsey is what? Is he a Jag? Is that right? It's a Jag or a Panther? Why can't I remember which? I don't know. Let's look it up real quick. Let's look it up real quick. Hang on here 1 second while I check that out, kids. Why is this not cooperating with me? Meantime, Daniel says, will we be doing more honors? I have a little bit more. I don't have a lot more, but I do have a little bit more. So we will for sure have more somewhere along the way, probably next week at some point. And that's primarily just because I don't have a lot. So yeah, Jalen Ramsey Jags. That's what I thought, but I did just look it up to make for sure. And Scott, you said all the boxes have been unsealed. Well, I just took the plastic off of all the boxes. When we started the break, you probably saw me do that. If you tuned in late, you can certainly go back and watch that at the beginning. I took all the plastic off. I opened the case, took all the boxes out of the case, then took all the plastic off the boxes live on camera as one would expect it to happen. That is Nick Chubb to 35 for the Browns. And behind that, Denzel Ward. That one numbered to 15, also headed to the Cleveland Browns, who have themselves 4 hits. 4 primetime games, I should say. Well, Scott, I'm not sure why you think that that's a bad idea. I mean, you can see right here are all the boxes. You guys, I've not navigated away from the live view. You could see them come out of the case. You could see all the plastic come off the boxes. I mean, you literally watched me cut it off. This is for the Panthers. It is numbered to 10, and it is Christian McCaffrey. Next up for the Chargers is Melvin Gordon. That is also numbered to 10. We have for the Minnesota Vikings, Latavius Murray. That is numbered to 99. And also Baker Mayfield. There's your hit for the Browns that you've been waiting on for tonight. And that is numbered to 20. A little Baker Mayfield action for Cleveland, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The Detroit Lions have one of our base cards. That is Matt Stafford, and Matt is numbered to 75. And then behind that comes Ito Smith for the Falcons. It is numbered to 99 as well. We have a little progression signature here. This is out of Flawless originally. It's a rookie card for Todd Gurley. It's been hand numbered 1 of 2 down at the bottom. That is another nice hit for the Rams, who had the excellent Jared Goff rookie hit a minute ago. The Panthers with DJ Moore. DJ is numbered to 49. Oh, Brad, you've got the Panthers. Awesome, man. I am glad that we got a little something headed your way then. Russell Wilson for the Seahawks, numbered to 25. Behind that is Ryan Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins. That is to 50. All right, we have got what left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left back here. Doug Flutie. How about that? You don't see Doug Flutie come out all that often. Chicago Bears, hand numbered 1 of 1. It's on a Flawless card set, originally out of 2016 Flawless, it tells us there on the back. So Doug Flutie, pretty cool little hit. Dante Pettis in behind, numbered to 50. For the Falcons, Calvin Ridley. And Calvin is numbered to 99. DJ Chark and the Jags, that also numbered to 50. This is Jason Witten for the Cowboys. That's an awesome patch, by the way, and numbered to 10. Originally out of National Treasures football. Alongside another Michael Gallup. Boys kind of owned that box. And numbered to 50. Our base cards in here. Occasionally these base cards are numbered, by the way, or signed, I should say. They're always numbered, but occasionally they are autographed. So maybe we'll get lucky and come across one of those. Ends up being an extra hit. If that's the case, put that in upside down. Derwin James for the Chargers. That is numbered to 75. For the Cowboys again, Ezekiel Elliott, numbered to 99. Tom, I'm going to try to get some Eagles for you, man. I'm going to try to work the mojo for your Eagles and see what we can make happen. Right now, we have another for the Browns. This is Nick Chubb. Of course, they already scored big time with that Baker Mayfield. This is numbered to 35. In behind, Kansas City Chiefs hit with Eric Berry, numbered to 15 originally. This is preferred from 2017. Tom, you're looking for Carson Wentz. We pulled him, I think, maybe out of that first case. I think we pulled some Carson Wentz. So, yeah, I would, he's definitely in this product. This is a little Tom Brady, and it happens to be numbered to 5. So it's not signed, but a Tom Brady to 5 is still a pretty solid hit. Here comes another Baker Mayfield. This one numbered to 35 is a base card. Of course, you already scored your autograph with him a couple of boxes back. Christian McCaffrey, Panthers, numbered to 15. And, of course, that's on the honors card set. Our buyback, the Biscuit, little Mitch Trubisky, and hand-numbered 1 of 3 down there at the bottom. Rookie hit for the Bears out of Prism Football. Well, it was his rookie, I should say. Oh, Kirk, you had the Eagles when we pulled that Carson Wentz, so you remember. That was a sweet card, man. It was out of Flawless, wasn't it? I think it was. It was all kinds of awesome. For the Vikings, Adam Thielen. And in behind that is Ito Smith, numbered to 35. Last box, kids. So it is officially last box mojo time. We're going to hope to find big fire in here. Oh, one's floating loose. Although, of course, we already kind of found some big fire earlier with our Baker Mayfield. But we're going to see if we can't bring it home again with something else. Maybe a little something else in the last box here to make somebody happy. San Francisco 49ers to 20, Dante Pettis. And then in behind that, we have James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers, numbered to 15. And our last 2 hits of the night. Tyler Boyd, Cincinnati Bengals, hand-numbered 1 of 1 optic, but it would have originally been a 1 of 1 anyway, I believe, with that gold vinyl finish. Out of 2016 optic, rated rookie Tyler Boyd. So the Bengals coming through with a big hit right at the end. And another Nick Chubb. Dang, man. Browns hit a lot, and that happens to be numbered to 35 for Cleveland. All right, so to recap, we're just going to take a quick little flip through. These are our base cards. Once again, remember they are 2 per box. The Tom Brady does happen to be numbered to 5, so worth pointing out a second time there on that. And, of course, Shannon, I am going to put up the Spreadsheet again for you after we do the recap. I haven't forgotten you, but as I mentioned earlier, I don't ever cut away from the table once cases have been opened and boxes are out and plastic is cut and all that. And now we know why. Exactly. See, because I mean, that was a question Scott had earlier about maybe he didn't see the start of the break. He can go back and watch it though and see that nothing ever left the view of the camera and the camera never left the view of the boxes. Nick Chubb, Browns. Doug Flutie for the Bears. That was also hand-numbered 1 of 1. So we had a couple of 1 of 1s in here. This is another hand-numbered 1 of 1. Tyler Boyd for the Bengals. There's that handsome Baker Mayfield card. That's exactly what the Browns were hoping to find in there. Nice job for the Browns. Dante Pettis, 49ers. The Vikings, Latavius Murray. We hit him out of the first case, too. Mitch Trubisky, Bears. For the Chargers, Melvin Gordon. For the Panthers, that's Christian McCaffrey to 10. There is another Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. That one's to 15. So you're going to have all the colors in the rainbow for Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers. The Chiefs, Eric Berry, originally numbered to 15. Jalen Ramsey for the Jags, hand-numbered to 4 out of Immaculate Collegiate originally. Roquan Smith for the Bears. Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. There's that handsome Jared Goff card. Another nice hit for the Rams. Rookie hit out of black gold, hand-numbered to 4 at the bottom. And again, as usual with these black gold cards, unfortunately, edges and corners are kind of imperfect on them, but that's just a flaw in the card design, I guess. Nick Chubb, Browns. I looked over there and saw Matt said there's not any Broncos cards, and I tried to say Broncos for Nick Chubb, but Browns, guys. Michael Gallup, Dallas Cowboys. Another hit for the Cowboys. Jason Witten to 10 on this one. There is another Panther, DJ Moore. And finally, we had that for the Rams. That's pretty nice as well. Out of Flawless originally. Todd Gurley, rookie Flawless out of 2015. So that is honors in the books. And Shannon says he's watched, or you must have watched a lot of some other case breaks. Shannon says 40 boxes that you've seen and only one Dolphin has come out, and it's a $5 card. Yikes. Well, that is certainly not what we would hope for you, Shannon. I am sorry to hear that you're not having better luck with honors. So there is the spreadsheet. I know there was a question about that, so we'll just scroll through this again. Once again, this is for the break, of course, that we just conducted here a minute ago for honors, so everybody gets a chance to see their name up there across from their team and verify if you had who you thought you had and all such as that. Now we're going to be moving into some fast break, Prism Fast Break basketball. So what you need to know, shipping-wise, I'm projecting it out no later than Tuesday, and I hope I can get it to you sooner than that. I know that's a little later than I would normally project it, so I'm hopeful I can get it to you sooner, but I'm saying Tuesday to be on the safe side, and as always, I will work diligently to try to make it happen faster than that. Everybody in Prism's going to pull cards, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards there. However, if you did get skunked in honors, of course, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, you are still going to get consolation cards in the mail. And certainly sometimes people have good luck with the consolation stuff that they get. So there is always a second chance, so to speak. So you will get something in the mail, regardless of whether or not you actually pulled a card there in honors tonight. This is a 10-box half case of 1819 Prism Fast Break basketball. It's the first time we've broken Fast Break, and I accidentally put number 1 on eBay. It is number 1 for Fast Break, but normally I just sequentially number any Prism for 1819, regardless of which type of Prism it is. So kind of technically, it's the 9th time we've broken 1819 Prism, but just our first pass at Fast Break. Now, this is from a shared case, so it's 10 boxes. I got half, someone else got half, so there is no, case as such. There's just the 10 that we have, the half case. And once again, there is team names across, bidder names, I should say, across from team names. All right, so Strong Crosby says you either hit multiple times or 0 times in honors. I would say that is the case sometimes. It definitely can be a little finicky, and they don't always do the best job in the world of keeping, what's the word to say? They don't collate it well sometimes. So what that means to you is basically that sometimes there's a duplication like we had tonight. Some teams had several hits while other teams didn't get anything. That kind of stuff is frustrating to me and you and everybody else, except apparently Thompson and Panini, who keep doing it. So, and Dave is here. Hi, Dave, dreaming. Craven Sports, you hit a 1 of 3 Trubisky. Oh, you had the Bears tonight. Is that right? No, you said you were here for basketball. You're recapping that for somebody, I think, then. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. All right, Kirk, you have got Suns, Bucks, and 76ers in here. Brad, that is your first. Oh, it's your first break, Brad. Hey, well, and you got 3 autographs. Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is a really good return on investment. So very nice, very nice. Yeah, for sure you're hooked. That's the way it happens. That's how they get you. All right, so in Prism Fast Break, this is my first time opening this stuff up too, so I don't know a whole lot more about it than what you guys know about it, which is what it tells us on the box, that we're going to find 1 autograph, 12 prisms, and 6 inserts in each one of our boxes. So we're going to have plenty in here to keep us busy for a little while. And I don't really, there's still a lot of cards in here. I don't really know why they call this fast, particularly. You're still talking about close to 100 cards per break, or per box. So I don't really think that's all that fast, but maybe they think it is. But what's the hobby have in it? Like 144 maybe? So, what do you say, 44 cards a box? That's not saving that much. Oh, Mickey, did I not show you guys the spreadsheet for Prism? I thought I did. Well, I'm in the same dilemma. I was talking about it. Maybe I forgot to change your view. Is that what happened? Did I forget to change the view to show it to you? Well, Mickey, here's my sitch. Same problem. Once I've got plastic off, boxes open, packs open, etc., I can't cut away from the table view for obvious reasons. So what I can do is put it up for you again at the end of the break, for sure. So I definitely was looking at it myself. Did I forget to switch your all's view, guys and gals, so that you did it not display on your side? Gosh, if that's the case, I apologize. I got a little bit out of my normal rhythm tonight earlier when we were doing honors, and someone was unhappy that I like to cut the plastic off of the boxes so that everything goes faster, and we were talking about that, and I guess I got a little bit out of my normal routine, perhaps. All right, a fireworks insert. Some of this stuff is exclusive to Fast Break, and I don't remember, frankly, if fireworks was in our other variations of Prism or not, but that one is an insert for Dwayne Wade, at any rate. Jamal Murray and the Nuggets. This is, I don't know what that pattern is. It looks kind of like white sparkle, but I don't think they're going to call it that in here. But a pattern of some sort, nonetheless. There's a blue parallel Otto Porter Jr., numbered to 175 for the Wizards. So I'm again seeing this the first time, same as you. DeAnthony Melton for the Rockets. Those don't appear to be numbered, any of those that are prisms with that, what I'm going to call sparkle pattern. Disco, thank you. We're calling that the disco pattern, apparently Panini is here in Fast Break. So thank you, Craven and Bonzo, letting me know that's called disco in here. Batum for the Hornets. And behind that is a little Marvin Bagley. Looks like a Luck of the Lottery insert with the disco pattern on it. They've got so many versions of Prism these days. Go Hard or Go Home, Blake Griffin, Pistons. And a Russell Westbrook Silver Prism for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Of course, those are not numbered. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This looks like it should be numbered. Is it? Yeah, 75. And I keep wanting to say Pink Pulsar, but that's not correct. It's going to be Pink Disco. Yeah, all right. The 70s are alive and well and patterned here on our cards, apparently. All right. I mean, you do get through this, I guess, relatively fast, but still, it seems like there's still a lot of cards in here to call it, quote-unquote, fast break. Yeah, I assumed all the colors would be numbered, Craven, because they are in all the other versions of Prism that we've opened. So my assumption was that all of the ones that have color would be numbered, but thank you, yes, for confirming that, so we know for sure what's what. We usually flip them over at any rate to take a look at them, except for stuff that I know is not numbered. Like we know silver prisms aren't, and now we know disco aren't unless they're color. Disco would be. All right, onward and upward we go. That's for the Hawks with Dwayne Dedman. It's really getting a wicked glare on it, too. I'm trying to find an angle that is less glare-y. Zach LaVine for the Bulls. And we've got a red coming up for the Atlanta Hawks. And our red is DeAndre Bembry to 125. Maybe just straight on is less glare-like, actually. Dante DiVincenzo for the Bucks. And there's our autograph for box number 1 coming out for Milwaukee and Mr. DiVincenzo. Fireworks insert. D Rose for the T-Wolves. A pink Gorgui for the T-Wolves. That one is numbered 250. And Go Hard or Go Home, Ben Simmons for the Sixers. Kyle Kuzma, Lakers. And that is Ben Simmons for the 76ers in an all-day insert. I don't think that's numbered, but checking it out for the sake of argument since it's the first one that we have seen. A blue Trae Young. That's helpful for the Hawks. Atlanta to 175. Blue Disco Trae. All right, that box is locked and loaded. We are one down and still a whole bunch to go. Yeah, we're not terribly far from National Treasures basketball being released. They've changed so many dates recently. I can't tell you the precise date, but I believe, last I saw anyway, it's at the end of this month. So I think that'll still be the case. They did do a first off the line edition of it. Did any of you guys check that out? It wasn't even our typical first off the line. It was some kind of typical, or not typical, it was some kind of atypical first off the line version that was a premium version, and it was $750 a box. Yeah, right? And still couldn't get checked out with the thing. Had it in my cart, and you know the deal. If you've ever tried to buy any of that first off the line stuff, getting it in your cart is the easy part. Then they sell it out in the 30 seconds it takes you to check out. So I didn't get any of it, but I tried to find some for you guys. Chris Webber, Sacramento Kings to 125. That's Go Hard or Go Home, Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. Anthony Simons, Trailblazers, a little rookie disco. Oh, Corey, you said those are going for over $3,000 on eBay, those premium first off the lines. That's just crazy. Crazy, crazy. Chris Middleton for the Bucks to 175. I mean, I'll agree. It looks great, and I love their extra content in it. But my goodness, what did they make? Like 20 boxes of it? I mean, I got it instantly pretty much in my cart, but then I couldn't get checked out. As is the norm with the Panini website, whenever they release something like that, their website crashes, you'll get it in your cart, and it won't let you check out, and it gives you error message after error message after error message, and then by the time you finally get ready to go, and I say finally, but it can be like 90 seconds sometimes, and then whoops, nope, sorry, it's gone. It's like, I wish that they would, once you have it in your cart, I think they should give you 60 seconds to complete the checkout. And if you don't complete the checkout in 60 seconds, then, or 90 seconds or whatever, then fine, release it. But as it is, they let everybody put it in their cart, and then only about a tenth of the people actually get checked out with it. But in the meantime, you've got 50 million people on the website all trying to do the same thing at once. But then again, they don't ask for our opinion, and they probably don't need it, right? Because they're selling it out at crazy amounts of money, so they're probably like, yeah, we don't care. That was Sergey for the Raptors. And we have a numbered Tristan Thompson. Tristan here is numbered 275 for Cleveland. Corey, what did you say there? You said a breaker ripped into an eBayer about him not taking his best offer. What do you mean? You mean the breaker tried to buy something from somebody and whoever had it wouldn't accept the breaker's best offer, or vice versa? I'm confused, Corey. You know my mind is slow and old. You got to help me out. you got to give me more info in a way that poor, slow, old people brain can understand. My brain is tired. Stanley Johnson to 175 for the Pistons. An all-day Porzingis to why am I saying to 175? I am just, wow, I get colors in my head. Spencer Dinwiddie to 125 for the Nets. The red parallel. Rudy Gay. And Disco Aaron Gordon. That Savage insert. And look at that autograph out of this box. Okay, I love that a little bit. Let's get that out of here, out of the way. But also, both boxes so far have been hits for the Bucks. Oscar Robertson. Like, nice, right? Yeah, that's pretty sweet. If you've got Milwaukee, you're off to an outstanding start. San Antonio Spurs, that is number 250 with Metu. All right, so you said the breaker tried to strong arm an eBayer into giving him a real low price. Oh, good grief. And then he cussed him out and made a bunch of racial remarks when the guy wouldn't take his price, basically. Wow. Well, you know what? Then I'm glad the guy didn't take his price, because it sounds like the person who was trying to buy it maybe isn't the nicest person in the world. Like, I don't know the person, but I do know if you're cussing people out and making rude comments and racial comments, maybe that's not the right way to go about things. So, wow, that is crazy. Bonzo, I don't know what breaker it was. Corey, if you feel so inclined as to share, feel free to type it in. I won't read it out. I won't read it out loud so that I'm not disparaging anyone unnecessarily. But if you want to share it in chat, Bonzo's hitting you up for the info. Mickey, you need some Bulls. You need a little Chicago Bulls action. All right, let's do it. Let's try and conjure up Chicago. And see what we can find. Jared Vanderbilt, Denver Nuggets. Numbered to 75. Of course, he's an ex-UK man from my University of Kentucky Wildcats. Jacob Evans for the Warriors to 50. Oh, I don't know that breaker at all, Corey. Are they an eBay breaker, I guess? Yeah, I don't know them. So this is interesting. We'll have to give this out using random, because that's our 2018 draft class in the Disco Prism pattern. And obviously we got lots of teams, lots of players on that, and it's representative of the entire 2018 draft. So we'll use random.org to give it out at the end of the break. Fireworks insert. Josh Hart for the Lakers. Alonzo Trier for the Knicks to 175. With the blue. It was blue parallel. If I didn't say the blue part, I guess you saw it. But regardless, we already looked at these, didn't we? But I have them sitting in a weird spot, so for the sake of argument, we'll buzz through them again to make sure. Oh, he has a Facebook group. Gotcha. Yes, it is the lottery picks, Bonzo, that are on the 2018 draft auto. Or the 2018 draft insert are the lottery picks are pictured. Correct. That is an all-day Dwayne Wade. But what we will do is use random.org and give everybody a shot at it at the end of the break. So we're not going to try to nitpick that one out too much. We'll just give everybody a go with it. Watanabe for the Grizzlies, blue to 175. Oh, Craven thinks it has more than just the lottery picks on it. Well, perhaps it's anybody that was in the green room. You know, sometimes there are people in the green room invited to the draft that are waiting, that don't actually get drafted as high as they expect them to get drafted. Why am I trying to put that in a sleeve? So it might not be all lottery picks. I may have misspoken there. Jamal Murray for the Nuggets. But it certainly would have been the guys who were there live that night walked across the stage in the green room, that sort of thing. Well, this is not called Luck of the Lottery. This is literally just a draft 2018 insert. It doesn't say Luck of the Lottery or anything like that on it. It's just literally a parallel of a draft 2018 card. So I don't know. I mean, I think they just, I don't know that necessarily that it's all lottery picks or all not lottery picks. I'd have to look at it a little more closely, but the main thing is it's going to be given out by way of random. It's not going to, it's got multiple teams, multiple possibilities on there. Josh Jackson for the Suns. Jaren Jackson, sorry, for the Grizzlies, with the disco pattern. And at last, we see an autograph that isn't for the Milwaukee Bucks. No offense to the Bucks, but it is nice to see a new team coming out of here. Robert Williams III for the Boston Celtics, with his sad little autograph, which is just an R and a line. Blake Griffin, that Savage insert. DeAnthony Melton, Rockets. Amari Spellman, Hawks. Go hard or go home, Lillard for the Blazers. And a red Goran Dragic /125 for the Miami Heat. And then our last little base card in there is Kyrie Thomas. Yeah, we've hit that draft 2018 card out of several other things. How many of these have I sliced and diced? Out of some other versions of Prism, too. Of course, they didn't have that quote-unquote disco pattern on them, but we've hit that card before, so it comes out fairly regularly, I would say, in Prism. Ah, you're waiting for Luka. Well, I would love to pull that for you. Would love to find a Luka in here. We have pulled him some this year. I wouldn't say an excessive amount, but we've probably pulled him, I don't know, half dozen times or so, maybe, over the course of 18-19 basketball. Maybe more than that if you count the early stuff, like contenders, draft picks, and things like that. Edison, you need some Oklahoma City Thunder inserts. All right, we'll try to get that going. Craven, you are looking for a gold one, a gold autograph. All right. We'll try to find you a gold one. Gold parallel. Bonzo, I don't remember what his autograph looked like in Hoops. But I'm not surprised that it got worse as time went on. That seems to happen a lot with our rookies these days. They just, they sign a certain amount of them decent, and then it just turns into like a line. That's it. Nothing else. Robert Williams /75 for the Celtics. Oh, you want the gold card for the draft 2018. I got you. That's what you're saying you would like to see a gold version of. Okay. Well, we'll have to see if we can manage to find that. Luck of the Lottery, Michael Porter Jr., Nuggets. There's a blue Kemba Walker /175 for the Hornets. I know it is weird that Luka's signatures, it does look like it says Lulu because he doesn't close up the A. He leaves it It looks, well, exactly like his used look. So, yeah, his autograph's interesting. Zach LaVine for the Bulls on an insert, and our autograph looks like it's heading to Sacramento with Bogdanovic. So, Kings on the board. Maybe not exactly who you were hoping for. You're probably more chasing Marvin Bagley, but Bogdanovic is nice to hit too. Gorgie Jing, T-Wolves. Seth Curry for the Blazers. Aaron Gordon, Magic. Victor Oladipo, All Day, Pacers. And we've got a red Jimmy Butler coming up. And that is to 125 for the T-Wolves. Oh, there's a base Luka. A blue TJ Warren for the Suns to 175. Wonder what it's like to be Seth Curry or Kostas Antetokounmpo. Like the baby brothers of the superstars of the NBA. That's got to be kind of depressing, right? I mean, it's still good. You're in the NBA. You're making lots of money, I'm sure. But it's got to be tough being little brother to Steph and the Greek Freak, I would think. Yao Ming Rockets. That is for the Wizards with a little John Wall. Here comes Gallinari. And that might well be gold. Looks gold. Actually, it looks kind of coppery, but we'll see how they number it. It's to 20, so maybe it is copper and not gold. Gold is usually to 10 with Panini, so maybe we are going to call that copper or brown. It's actually just kind of brown. Bronze. Okay, bronze, not copper. Bronze. I guess I don't buy a lot of bronze stuff, do I? See, I'm trying to call it copper. Jrue Holiday to 175 for Nola. Go hard or go home, Blake Griffin, Pistons. Fireworks insert for Kevin Durant and the Warriors. Yeah, I definitely don't have any kind of bronze, what do you call them? Not busts. I was trying to say statues. I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, I don't have any bronze busts hanging around here. Sadly, right? Would they be worth money? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if they are or not. Corey, you're talking about Michael Porter and his brother having bad luck. Yeah, they both, of course, Michael Porter Jr. got injured his first game in college and basically missed essentially the whole year. He came back around tournament time and played, I don't know, a handful of minutes, I guess. And then went on to the NFL, still highly regarded and drafted pretty high up, and missed pretty much the whole season. His little brother just got injured. Michael Porter Jr. was a back thing originally in college. His brother just tore his ACL. But actually, if you look at their whole family history, they've got a sister who's in some kind of sports. She had injury history. I want to say knee for her. And they might have even had another sibling. But basically, every one of those Porter siblings who played sports or who currently do or have in the past played sports have suffered some kind of major injuries. So kind of runs in the family a little bit, it sounds like. That was a Dylan Brooks disco. And here comes that Bulls autograph for Chandler Hutchison. So, yeah, a little Chandler Hutchison ringing the bell there for the request for the Chicago Bulls. Lou Williams and the Clippers, numbered to 75. Yeah, that made Mickey happy. I thought that might help a little bit. Jeremy Lin to 125 for the Atlanta Hawks. Mikal Bridges and the Phoenix Suns, the blue parallel. The blue is to 175. Yeah, personally, I'm just anxious to get into the NFL draft. I'm really psyched about the NFL draft this year. Fireworks, Blake Griffin and the Pistons. Jason Tatum and the Celtics. And why, you probably wonder about that, because it's not exactly, it's a great draft for defensive players. Maybe a little lacking for the offensive side of the ball, at least on the face of it. Go hard or go home, Chris Paul for the Rockets. But it's because my UK Wildcats are going to have some good draftees this year. That was a Rudy Gobert for the Jazz, and there's Aaron Gordon for the Magic. So, yeah, my alma mater, you know, we're known more for basketball than football. Our poor little beleaguered football program, but we're getting better. We're getting definitely better, and we should probably get a handful of guys drafted this year. I'd say we'll probably get maybe 4 properly drafted, and then I think we'll have another maybe 2 or 3 that'll sign as UDFAs somewhere down the road. I don't know, Corey, about the Steelers. It's funny you should say that. My UPS driver and I had that very conversation yesterday. He said, what are we going to do in the draft? What are we going to do? Are we going to try to, get a replacement for Ryan Shazier? Are we going to go tight ends? I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do. We have a lot of needs. Corner is a big need. Tight end is a need. Obviously, inside linebacker. Kyrie Thomas, Pistons. Wide receiver, but probably we'll pick those up later rounds. Kevin Knox for the Knicks. Miles Turner, Pacers. Gerald Green to 175 for the Rockets. Corey, what I would like to see the Steelers do is trade up. And get ourselves a nice linebacker, and then worry about filling some of the offensive skill positions and farther down the road. I mean, not farther down as in another year. I mean, in other rounds. That was James Harden for the Rockets. Porzingis all day for the Knicks. A blue Blake Griffin for the Pistons to 175. Marc Gasol, Grizzlies. Because, I mean, the one thing I could say about this, Corey, is that the Steelers historically have been really good at identifying what I'm going to call late round talent, i.e. Antonio Brown. You know, what was he, 6th round or something like that? I mean, he was pretty far down. Le'Veon Bell was late round, somewhat unheralded. I mean, that is one thing the Steelers are quite good at, is picking out on the skill side of the ball, offensive skill positions. They're pretty good at identifying talent that they can pick up in later rounds. So I'm all right with waiting. You know, we got Juju, we got James Conner. I'm all right on waiting on that. I'm not so all right on waiting on a corner or tight ends. We definitely need them. Craven in the NFL, like, I watch a lot of different teams. I'm a Steelers fan absolutely through and through, black gold all day long. But that having been said, I enjoy watching a lot of teams play. And I always root for my my guys who used to play at UK. We don't have a ton of them in the NFL, but we have a handful of them in there. So I always want them to do well, and I enjoy watching them play. So I watch a lot of different teams. But as far as the dyed in the wool, the tried and true, it's going to be the Steelers. You think Greedy Williams? I don't know. Oh, you want to trade Juju and go after DK Metcalf? Oh, no. I wouldn't do that. No, no way, man. I mean, DK Metcalf had a great combine. That's for sure. I mean, that's no way around it. His combine was excellent, but I would not trade Juju Smith-Schuster at all. And I do agree, Corey, we do need to get back to the steel curtain. Our defense has been dreadful. Dreadful. And that used to be our hallmark. We need to get back in that rhythm. Craven, you're a Bears fan? Yeah, I like watching the Bears. And I think they're fun to watch. Having Khalil Mack certainly helped your case out as well, which by the by, he has finally, if you guys didn't hear me, some of you maybe weren't on the other night because I know I haven't done basketball in a few days or so, but anyway, Khalil Mack finally returned his rookie card autographs. Yeah, what, it only took him 4 years? John Henson to 175 for the Bucks. So, yeah. Fireworks Jokic Nuggets, because it would have come out it would have been Contenders would have come out what in late December, early January probably of 2015. So yeah, 4 years for Khalil Mack to sign his cards. Zach Collins to 175. But nonetheless, if you have a redemption in, you're going to be getting them pretty soon if you haven't already gotten them. And then filling them, I think, right away. Jay Crowder to 125 for the Jazz. Bonzo, you said you're a Browns fan. Listen, I think the Browns are a lot of fun to watch. They were last year once they switched over to Baker. And I think they're going to be a blast. You know, and you've added pieces. You've added Odell Beckham Jr. I think the Browns are going to be a lot of fun to watch. And they have 4 primetime games on the schedule. When's the last time the Bears had 4 primetime games on the schedule? Like 20 years ago or something? I mean, like a long time. It's a good time to be Browns. I said Bears, didn't I? Because we were talking Bears. I meant Browns. But yeah, it's a good time to be a Browns fan. And they're going to be dangerous. They are going to be. That's a LeBron disco insert. That's savage. That's maybe our first LeBron insert that we've seen. Tracy McGrady. That is our autograph for the Raptors. Well, there's good old Tracy. And, yeah, Craven, the Bears break-in that honors that we just opened was really quite good. You are right. They hit some very nice stuff in there. Josh Hart. Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks to 125. Our first green of the break. Marshawn Brooks, numbered to 5 for the Grizzlies. Yay, green. Pretty green. Pretty. Omari Spellman for the Hawks. A rookie disco parallel. Miles Bridges, luck of the lottery for the Hornets. We have 4 left. So we're doing all right. We've been through 6, 4 to go. We're cutting a path through it here. Bonzo, you said it's been brutal. You have season tickets and it's been brutal. Well, you know what? I mean, for sure. Whenever all teams go through this in the modern era, you're always going to have a couple of years. Sometimes it stretches a little longer than that, which has kind of been the case with the Browns. But those stretches where your team is just terrible and it's really not very much fun to watch. So it's good when the ship gets righted. You guys deserve to have a little fun up there in Cleveland. And, you know, I mean, NFL obviously is expecting big things as well, giving you 4 primetime games. But they're just fun to watch. But I tell you who I love to watch. Love to watch Pat Mahomes play. He is just so much fun. I love that kid. And I like watching Baker play too, but just on the face of it, Patrick Mahomes is probably my favorite quarterback to watch. I mean, he's young, he's still just having fun, and the things the kid does, he could practically just close his eyes and throw it over his shoulder and throw a touchdown. Some of the stuff he does, you're just like, what? How did he hit that? Fireworks, Victor Oladipo for the Pacers. Russell Westbrook, Oklahoma City Thunder. That Savage insert. Jeff Teague, T-Wolves. So, yeah, he's one of my favorites to watch. That's Blake Griffin, that Savage for the Pistons. Gary Harris, Nuggets. Bonzo, you said it's been bad since they left in 95. Well, you know, Kobe Bryant, Lakers, Disco, part of the problem has been the owners, honestly. I mean, the owners the Haslams just try to have their hands in the franchise too much. Your new GM seems to be finally getting the keys to the car, so to speak, and that's going to be a good thing. Has already been and will continue to be. Jared Vanderbilt, Disco, Nuggets, and let's see if I get it right this time, a bronze. Haha, I didn't call it gold or brown or copper that time. A bronze Lonnie Walker for the San Antonio Spurs, little rookie prism 225. Then we have a blue Enes Kanter for the Knicks to 175. Mo Bamba, Magic. Rookie Disco Prism. Dave Dreamin says, is Kyler Murray going to go number 1? You know, who knows? Everybody seems to think, yes, I think they would be somewhat foolish to give up on Josh Rosen as quickly as they would be giving up on him, especially because he had nobody around him. I mean, first of all, you have to be able to stay upright to throw the ball. And secondly, you have to have people to throw the ball to who are good at catching the ball. I mean, there are some weapons in Arizona, okay? There are. But Josh Rosen, he needs some more talent around him. But I don't know. I mean, scuttlebutt is he might. But, of course, we were talking Kyler Murray before he was committed to the draft or anything else. And it was still, is he going to go baseball? Is he going to go football? And I said then, I thought he was going football. There's a fireworks silver prism Ben Simmons for the 76ers, followed by a Billy Preston rookie disco for the Cavaliers. And some of the people in the breaks, most of the people in the breaks, we were probably doing baseball at the time, said I was crazy. There's no way. He's probably going to stay with the Oakland A's. Zaire Smith, 76ers to 175, blue. And then those who did say, yeah, he'll probably go the NFL, just said, oh, there's no way he's going to go. He's like second round. He's like day 2 or something. I was like, oh, there's no way he's day 2. Like, he's going to be like in the top 10. And now, of course, they're saying he may go in the top 1. So a second one of these, going to sit right up there with our first one of those, will also be given out by way of random. The Hawks have an autograph. Probably not the one you wanted, though. Kevin Huerter, and you most likely wanted Trae Young. But, hey, we got you something, at least, right? Something. We have a red Paul Gasol to 125. That is for the San Antonio Spurs. Next up, John Collins and the Hawks to 75. Yeah, you have a good point, Bonzo. It is John Dorsey that had a hand in both Pat Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. So, as I said, I think once the Haslams give him the keys to the car, which maybe they've done now, I think, then you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. They just have to stay out of the way, essentially. Just stay out of the way. Danny Green and the Raptors to 175. But getting rid of Hugh was, huge. Fireworks, John Wall, and the Wizards. All right, we have 3 boxes left, so we're 7 down, 3 to go at this point in time. So they call this fast break, but I got to tell you, it's not that much faster than the other. It has fewer cards than Hobby. I will grant you that. However, Hobby has fewer packs to open. And it's honestly, it's the taking the time to get the packs open that takes the most time out of the break, not the looking at the cards. You said Rosen spoke up today. Arizona will get stupid and trade him and draft Murray. That's what Rosen said? Well, I mean, not in those words, I'm sure, but... Well, it's because of Cliff Kingsbury, their incoming coach, is fascinated with Kyler Murray, who I do think is, by the way, quite talented. He's undersized, but so is Russell Wilson, who just signed a $140 million contract extension. So there you go. So I mean, Kingsbury said when he was still a collegiate coach that, oh yeah, if he had the chance to take Kyler Murray in the draft, he'd take him number 1. And then all of a sudden he gets hired by the Cardinals and he has the chance to legit take him number 1. And I think that's where the rumors started. And from there, who knows what they're going to do. Maybe. Well, Bonzo, Kyler Murray last year would have definitely not been drafted as high as he's going to be this year. There's no question about that. That was a Donovan Mitchell. You know what? That's really horribly miscut. And that's why I'm picking this back up to show you, because look how badly miscut that Donovan Mitchell is. It's supposed to be an all day, but you got a half of an entirely other card on there. So it is all day Donovan Mitchell, but looks like the kind of cards we saw in the 70s, like completely cut blindly. It was kind of terrible. Scottie Pippen and the Bulls, that's numbered to 50 with a little pink parallel. Rajon Rondo for the Lakers. But I do think the draft is going to be fun this year. And I do think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kyler. More for the Pelicans to 125. Costas for the Mavericks, the baby Greek Freak. And this is also horribly miscut, so we're apparently going to be in one of those boxes where the inserts are terribly miscut. Because good old Kristaps Porzingis there has a big chunk of another card on the back of him as well. So let's hope our autograph is not on an insert, because they're all absolutely cut like garbage in this particular box. That was DeMar DeRozan. Nerlens Noel. Oh, actually, we already saw it. Or do we already see it out of this box? Was Herter in this box or in the last box? Can't remember now. Iguodala to 125 for the Warriors. This is for the Celtics, Dennis Johnson to 75. Okay. Corey, you said Rosen said it's annoying that it's in limbo. I gotcha. Yeah, that's... I mean, all the signs point to the fact that they're going to do that, but you never know. They truthfully would be smarter probably to trade down. There's a lot of defensive talent in this draft. They really should just keep Rosen but trade down a few spots and get a little extra haul, give up their pick, but they won't do that in any case. They'll take probably take Bosa if they don't take Kyler. The Miami Heat with Justice Winslow is our autograph in this box. Behind that is a blue Frank Kaminsky for the Hornets. It is numbered to 175. And another really crappily cut insert, Dirk Nowitzki. This entire box, every insert has been miscut in that same manner, including that Colin Sexton, dang it, for the Cavaliers. Luck of the lottery with an unlucky miscut card. And another one, Fireworks Marc Gasol. You know, Panini will replace those for you, but it's a process, and it's not a very fun one, and you also have to wait for a really long time to get it back. So, I don't know if it's worth it to you or not, but you can do it. Tadosic to 175, Clippers. You go onto the website in the same place where you enter a redemption, but instead of entering the redemption, you put in a request to have damaged cards replaced, and then you fill out all this stuff and print out a form and mail it in and wait about 500 years, and then you eventually get a replacement. Bonzo, yeah, I agree with you. Kyler Murray is very small. He's about Russell Wilson size. I think he's about an inch shorter than Russell Wilson is the thing about that. But the way they play these days, it's not as much of an impact. I mean, let's think about it. There's a lot of times these days you can just give a quarterback a nasty look and draw a flag. I mean, they're pretty spot on with keeping the passers safe in today's NFL. So being small isn't as much of an issue, wear and tear wise. I mean, it's not like he's going to be doing a lot of quarterback sneaks probably, but in general, not nearly as difficult being small as it was before. Yeah, Mickey, I know it was crazy. It was every single insert in that box. And I've had boxes like that before. It's been a while, but I have. CJ McCollum, Trailblazers. That is Russell Westbrook for the Thunder. Paul George for the Thunder. In this day and age, they usually would catch that sort of thing if it did happen before it ever made it into the product. But obviously, some went in regardless. Solomon Hill, 175, NOLA. Ilyasova, Bucks. James Harden for the Rockets. But I guess we all know who's going to go number one in the NBA draft. I don't think there's any question about who's going to be going number one there. Landry for the 76ers. Did you all see him the other night? Just cold-blooded, nailed that shot for the Clippers. Of course, he's been traded to the Clippers, but he's still a 76er on the card, obviously. So card goes to the 76ers. He plays now for the Clippers. Mirotic to 50 for NOLA. Yeah, I mean, that kid just in the playoffs just sank one. Basically, essentially won the game, more or less. Lillard, Trailblazers. Right there at the end. So Landry's coming on, looking pretty good. D'Anthony Melton, blue to 175, Rockets. There's Shea. Speaking of the Clippers, little Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, luck of the lottery. We have ourselves a red JJ Barea. That is to 125 for Dallas. Yeah, so Zion, I mean, it's going to be crazy. It is going to be crazy. Because, everybody wanted DeAndre Ayton this last year because everybody knew he was going to go number one, and he did. I was chasing more Luka early in the year than DeAndre Ayton. But this year, I don't think there's anybody that would disagree. Like last year, you could kind of go between Luka, Bagley, Ayton. Everybody kind of had their favorite, Trae Young. And you could probably talk to 10 different people and have three different opinions about who would be the most impactful. This year, no. Everybody you talk to is going to say Zion. Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers. Kawhi Leonard for the Raptors. So I think it's going to be really hard to get any Zion cards at any kind of decent price because everybody's going to be laser focused on that one thing preseason, and it's going to be Zion. Jason Tatum to 125 Celtics. So like all the contenders draft picks and all that, oh man, it's going to be crazy. That was Dr. J for the 76ers. There's a fireworks Chris Paul. And before those two, we had another Blake Griffin, I believe it was, that went by. One of many Blake Griffins that we've seen. All right, we are on the last box officially at Last Box Mojo time here. And you know how it works. We kind of collectively pool our energy and try to conjure up a really big hit out of our last box. Sometimes it works. Let's see if we can't make it happen tonight. All right, let's stop and see what we have, and then we'll come back and open those last few packs. This is blue Zach Collins to 175. So Trailblazers with a little parallel here in the last box. JaMychal Green, Grizzlies. Marcus Morris, Celtics. There's a blue John Henson for the Bucks. To 175. That is a Nowitzki, go hard or go home for Dallas. It's kind of sad that Dirk retired, isn't it? I mean, it's like the end of an era, sort of, there in Dallas. Jay Crowder, Jazz. All day, Steph Curry. Bobby Portis for the Bulls. Here comes a pink. I think that's Zach Randolph, but hang on a second till I get him picked up. I can't tell you for sure. I was glad to see that Boogie Cousins isn't as hurt as they thought. I mean, he's hurt still. Zach Randolph to 50 for the Kings, but they're saying that that quad injury, that tear, is not as bad as they originally thought, and I don't even think he's going to have surgery, which I was glad to hear. I mean, the guy's just finished that horrible long rehab for his Achilles injury, just starting to get geared up again to have that happen. Josh Richardson to 175 for the Heat. So I was happy to hear it's not as severe as they originally thought, although, I mean, you know, the guy's been in the league, what, nine seasons, only his second playoff appearance, and then that has to happen to him. We're closing in on it here. Slowly but surely. There is a Fireworks Lillard for the Trailblazers, a Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. Kyle Kuzma, Lakers. I'm about to make somebody really happy here in a minute. Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. Kevin Durant for the Warriors. And this just goes to show you. Now, I've told you guys before how crazy it is, how often Last Box Mojo works. So we had 10 boxes. I don't know what's in them any more than anybody else. We end up, out of the last box, once again, getting the huge hit. There's your Luka. Oh, see? Last Box Mojo works. I'm here to tell you. There is one Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. If I've got my Dallas team owner in chat tonight, if you would like that in a one-touch, I would be thrilled to do that. But some people have a weird hang-up about having Chrome or Prism cards in a one-touch. I personally have never found that to be any kind of an issue, but some people do. So I'm not going to put it in one unless our team owner is here saying, yes, that's okay. Shaquille O'Neal to 125, red for the Lakers. So yeah, how about that? I mean, isn't it weird though, right, guys? Especially those of you who break with me often. How many times does Last Box Mojo work? Like a lot of times it does. It's crazy. All right, so these draft 2018 cards here, we're going to give those out using random.org, and it's pretty easy. I'm going to bring you along with me. We're going to take a look at the spreadsheet, which somebody else wanted to take a look at anyway. Missed it when we had it up earlier, so we'll take a look at it. I will copy all of the team names from that spreadsheet. Then we're going to go over to random.org, and I will paste them into random.org. Since we have 10 well, let me just back up. When I do random, if I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I will traditionally do random 3 different times. If I have 10 or more, we do random a single time. So obviously we have the 10 or more tonight. So we're going to do random just once, but we have 2 of these cards. So what will happen after we do random is I'm going to give 1 to whoever ends up in the number 1 position, and the other one to the team that ends up in the number 2 bidding position, or random position, not bidding. So we'll scroll through here. You can see that all 30 of our teams were copied and pasted into random. And I'm going to hit random just the one time. And here we go with that. So that is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Thunder and the Grizzlies. All right, so I'm just going to write. These are in sleeves. I'm not going to write on the card itself, obviously. I think everybody would know that, but as sure as I don't demonstrate it, I'll have somebody come back and throw a fit about it later. But so, once again, it's on the sleeve, not the card. One going to the Grizzlies, the other one going to the Thunder. That is these 2 little draft 2018 cards now assigned to their new homes. We're going to take a quick little fly through here. So it's Gallinari in a bronze that is numbered to 20 for the Clippers. Anytime you see the blues, they're going to be to 175. When we see the reds, they are to 125. The hot pink or fuchsia, whatever you want to call them, they are to 75. So that's kind of a little rundown. Another, well, actually there's 2 different things. That was purple. There is technically a hot pink or fuchsia as well. It's to 50, so to be clear. One more stack of the numbered things. Lots of numbered things in here. So we'll keep on that for our recap. And of course we've got the green one too. I forgot to mention the green one. There's our other bronze. That one's Lonnie Walker to 20. Then we have the green one to 5 for Marshawn Brooks and the Grizzlies. And then we're back to our standard colors after that. And our autographs. Let's take a look at our autographs. Luka, baby. Oh, yeah, that was worth waiting on, wasn't it? Dallas Mavericks came out of the very last box. Landry for the 76ers. Winslow for the Miami Heat. Herder for the Hawks. Tracy McGrady and the Raptors. Chandler Hutchison for the Bulls. Bogdanovich, Kings. Robert Williams III, such as it is, for the Celtics. Just a terrible autograph from that kid. The Bucks hit Oscar Robertson. I'm a little bit in love with that card. And then Dante DiVincenzo for the Bucks as well. All right, so those are our breaks for tonight, our recaps for tonight. I am going to put up shipping information one more time here. I will also put up info about what's coming up in the breaks ahead for anybody who missed either of those earlier and who has interest in either one. And Craven, you said you want a one-touch for the Lonnie Walker, but you don't want it shipped in it. Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do then, Craven, is just, I can put it in the package for you. That's no problem. But as far as the money part of it, the easiest thing for me to do, if this works for you, is to just send you a PayPal money request for it. Is probably the easiest thing. And if you use the same PayPal email that you use as your eBay email, then it's super easy. I can just pull the info off of eBay and send you over a money request, and that'll be that. It's basically, I buy them at the local card shop for the most part because I don't have to have tons of those. So it's usually just going to be my cost and the PayPal fee to receive it, and that's about it. So, all right, we are looking at our shipping information. So once again, expecting everything to be on the way to you no later than Tuesday. Now I'm going to try to get it out to you faster than Tuesday, but should not be any later than that for Fast Break and or Honors. Fast Break, every team pulled cards of some sort, so we don't worry about consolation cards there. And Honors Football, if your team got skunked and did not pull anything, not a base card, not a single thing of any kind, you are still going to get a package in the mail with consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out with the rest of the break. So that's how that's going to roll. Now, what's coming up in the days ahead? Tomorrow night, new release night again. Flawless Football comes out tomorrow. Woohoo! So we're going to start 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. A 3-box inner case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, half case of Flawless Football, and a half case of Bowman Baseball, which is the back half of the case we started on Wednesday night. Saturday is an off night. Sunday, we'll start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Open a 15-box case of Leaf Metal Draft Football and a 5-box half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball, which will be the start of a new case. On Monday, we start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. It is Flawless Football again and a 12-box case of Diamond Kings Baseball. Tuesday night will find us with Flawless for a third time and Bowman Baseball half case for a third time as well. So that's got that wrapped up. And you said, oh, Craven, you want to do it that way? Yeah, no, that's cool. I can, if you want to just send it over as a friends and family kind of thing, that's cool. Just if you would type in the note, something, I don't know, just like case or one touch or thanks for the one touch or I don't know, something so that I will recognize what it is for. That would be fantastic. Then I'll print that out and put that with the invoices for the night to remind me to ship it, but not put it in it. And there is, I just typed in for you my email that I use for PayPal. And I don't check that email for correspondence, those of you who might be wondering about that. But I've had that email for a zillion trillion years, and it's been set up with PayPal for that long, since PayPal's been in existence pretty much. And I got all kinds of other automated bill payments and other things that are all tied to that email address, and I'm too lazy to change it. So there you go. I don't use it for correspondence, but I do use it for PayPal. That has got me finished up, wrapped up for tonight. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate you being here, spending part of your Thursday night with me. Hopefully, I will see you again soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, what's left of it, and look forward to the weekend ahead. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.